everyone, this is Meg from Concord Public Library Children's Department. Welcome back to Kids Craft Corner. I've been finding with this stay-at-home order that my family and I have been eating lots of big breakfasts lately. Have you guys been eating a lot of eggs? If you are using eggs, save your eggshells, because I'm going to show you how to make sidewalk chalk using eggshells and a few other household items. To get started, you're going to need the following supplies. You'll need the shells from 5 eggs, and this is for 1 piece of chalk. If you want to do 2 pieces of chalk of different colors, you'll need 10 eggshells. Okay, so with 5 eggshells, you would need 2 teaspoons of hot water, 1 teaspoon of flour. You'll need a tablespoon of the eggshells finely ground. This is what they'll look like when you grind them. It's like a fine powder. Okay, you'll need food color, a mixing bowl, and a spoon. And then for the grinding, there are several ways that you can grind the eggshells. I found the best way to grind is using a coffee grinder and then using a mortar and pestle to grind them up very fine. If you don't have that, you could put them in eggshells in double up baggies, and then you could use a rolling pin, or you could even take them outside in the baggie and put them on the tar and bang them with a rock. Just want to make sure that your powder is very, very fine. And that's what you're going to end up seeing at the end of the grinding. Get started, you're going to crack your eggs. And I'm going to save my eggs for breakfast tomorrow morning. And then just put your shells right in the sink for a minute. Do a second one. Okay. So you want to do that with 5 eggs for 1 piece of chalk. And I do want to show you how to get the membranes out of the eggshells. You're going to have to wash these really well. It works best with warm water. So just kind of run your finger around a little bit in there to get the membrane loosened. And can you see there's a little piece of membrane right there, the little white part? If you just grab a hold of that and give it a pull, this one's going to come off in pieces, but sometimes you can actually get the whole thing. There we go, I got the rest of it. Give it a pull, get that out of there. And then I'm just going to put my shells in the strainer for a moment and keep going. We're going to do that with the rest of our eggshells. See if I can get a whole piece off to show you. So just grab a little cracked piece. Can you see how that membrane is coming off? You want to get as much of that out of there as you can, because we don't want that in our crushed eggshells. Okay, so that one's all clean. And you're going to keep doing that with all of your eggshells until they're all washed and clean of membrane. And then just leave them upside down in a little strainer or a bowl and let them dry overnight. Then we'll be ready to crush them. Okay, so now that we have our eggshells all clean and dry, we're going to grind them up. So I'm going to use the coffee grinder method and the pestle and mortar. So you're going to break your eggs up as much as you can. Drop them down in. And then I would do a couple of eggs at a time. Okay. Just gonna make sure you ask Mom and Dad if it's okay to use the coffee grinder for this. when you go to open it, there's going to be like a fine powder that comes out, so don't get close and breathe that in. See? Okay. And we're going to take that right out. And you see we have a powder started there. And we're going to put it in our pestle. And like I told you earlier, if you don't have this, you could put that in a couple of baggies, doubled up, and you could use a rolling pin. Or you could even take it outside and use a rock on tar. Okay, so we're getting nice fine powder in there. And then we're going to add it to our already crushed up eggshells. Okay, stop. Okay, so now we're ready to make our chalk. So we're going to start with 1 teaspoon of flour. Put that in your measuring bowl. And this is for 1 piece of chalk, 1 color. Then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of warm water. And you can put a little bit of food coloring in. I'm using blue today. And we're going to mix it up into a paste. And to that, we're going to add a tablespoon of our finely ground eggshells. I'm going to stir it up well. Incorporate all the liquid. And you want it to have a pasty consistency. Okay. And then we're going to take that and we're going to shape it into a log. Okay. You're going to put it on a paper towel or a napkin, something that can absorb liquid. And then we're going to wrap it up nice and tight. And then you're going to set it aside to dry. And it will take 3 to 5 days to dry this way. I know it's a while to wait, but it's worth it. So I've gone ahead and made a second chalk color. I did a red. And I did want to point out that when I put food coloring in this, I made it a little too liquidy and it wouldn't form into the log shape. So I did have to add a little bit more flour to make it a little pastier. So if you find that your consistency is too runny to shape, go ahead and add a little extra flour to your mixture. For a faster method of drying, you can take your chalk and put it on a little baking sheet lined with parchment paper and put it in the oven at 170 degrees for 90 minutes. When the time is up, you'll take the log out and you'll wrap it in the paper towel and let it set for 24 hours. So 1 day is a lot quicker than 3 to 5 days for drying time. So now here we have our completed chalk, and you can see it works really well. I've had a helper draw me a heart, and we have a hopscotch board. Anyone want to play hopscotch? Thanks for joining me for another Kids Craft Corner. I hope you have as much fun making your sidewalk chalk as I did. See you next time.